Is going on, guys? Welcome on back from even more Final Fantasy 16. We're going to jump straight in. This is the second bit I've done today, so for those of you that haven't been keeping up to date, what we did last time was we finished off the attack on Sambrek. We fought with Bahamut alongside our brother Joshua, the Phoenix. In doing so, we've obtained the Blessing of Bahamut, which is pretty cool. Mega Flare's a bit of a long-winded attack, but it's not bad. I quite enjoy it. And yeah, then did a few side quests before liberating a few of the. Oh god, there's a couple of S ranks. That's going to be horribly difficult. There's 3 of them, Jesus. Quiet Sands in Rosaria. Which means... So Old Hill is home to one of them, so that's going to be there somewhere, or there. Quiet Sands is another one, so there's actually 2 in very quick succession there, and they're both A rank. That's good to know.
Was wondering when you turn up. Hellos from all our friends thanking you for your timely intervention. How is it you always manage to arrive at just the right moment? Luck, I suppose.
That and they wait for me.
Of the realm. Let's see. Storm's still crying out for Mother Crystals. The nation's still in chaos. And the skies are still the colour of a kick in the kidneys 2 days on.
That's a very good description.
Right. Clive, we knew this was going to happen. Well, not the bleeding skies part, but you take my point. Now's not the time to second guess yourself.
It's also too late for that.
Now's the time to visit the infirmary. Taya says your brother's awake. Thank you, Otto.
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend. Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, 'twas not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since. Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs.
I'm okay with that.
He will stop at nothing to have you. Even if that means toppling an empire.
Okay.
Why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason.
That's worrying.
All dominants carry within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
And I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements. But you, Clive,
Can wield all 8.
You are different. You're special. Your abilities begin with the flames of Ifrit. But they do not end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
I've encountered that thing several times now. If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
I'd hazard a guess. I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind.
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. It is why I struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
Sorry, inside you.
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost. We must find a means to bring an end to him before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
That doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
Joshua. Clive, it's Gav. There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
Done. Done. Sold. Love fighting the Akashic. Apart from the what was the name of the one that we fought last time that had the spear? Almost like a dragoon.
Well, what's the short of it?
Tyre told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The city guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
And we shall. Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a question for the map. Look
The
here.
quickest route is fast travel.
This road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, bed is where you should be bound.
You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Fair point.
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
All right, we travel together.
Clive.
If he stays close to me, he'll be fine.
Thank you, brother.
Yay.
I'll look after him.
Oh, side quests. How many? Okay, so oh my god, there's loads. Oh my god, there's even new hunts. Right. I wasn't expecting so much to open up. S rank. God damn it, it bloody is. What's this one? A C rank. South of Tabor. That's fine, so I can't get that one yet anyway. Right, first off, let's activate all of these side quests. Let's start with the one in Tome's room.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be...
Sid, perhaps you can help me solve a mystery.
Sure.
I can certainly try. Who's gone missing this time?
It's not who, But what? Mid-scales, the ones she made for her workshop. I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight, and shortly after the lesson, well, they vanished. My first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, they swore they had nothing to do with their having disappeared. Which almost certainly means they had everything to do with it.
That's fair.
Perhaps a visit from Sid will jog their memories.
I think it just might. Thank you. I don't like to imagine that my pupils would lie to me. But if they have, I'll have no choice but to discipline them accordingly. They were in the atrium when I last saw them. As always.
There's no need to prioritise it. As soon as I see a quest icon, I'm going to go for it. Oh, this is another shit recipe, isn't it?
The hideaway is lost.
Oh no, it's not.
Here, you put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out of it. I need a hand with a recipe.
Are you sure it's me you're looking for? I'm not much of a cook.
I'm all the cook will be needing, thank you very much. What I want from you is a little of your time, right? Oh, and perhaps your sword.
Okay.
You remember Ivan's stew, right? Well, despite the look of the thing, and that awful stench, people wolf it down. So I thought I'd try making one of these supposed masterpieces myself. Had a peek at the book and gave it a go, but, well...
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped. Ivan had the same problem.
Yeah, but this is my blooming kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if you don't want to be seen as playing favourites, I suggest you lend me a hand.
I've never been one to play favourites, Molly. And I would be only too happy to lend you a hand.
Only because I really need the experience.
What's on the menu this time?
A fried mortress of skyworm. That's one heck of a name, innit? Recipe seemed easy enough to an old hand like myself. Thought I'd followed it to a T. Only, turns out skyworm livers and drake's mint are not what I thought they were. At least I hope they're not, given the rancid mess they made.
Ivan said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries. Who's to say the ingredients even exist anymore?
Wow. That's a question for a scholar, wouldn't you say? Perhaps you know of one?
Back to times.
Kindly old fella who haunts the shelves, maybe?
Fine. I'll go and speak to Harpocrates. Perhaps he'll know something. And if he does, I'll see if I can find your ingredients for you.
You do that. Lest we forget, you've got a reputation to uphold.
Have I? Right, as I said, I'm activating all the quests first. Including the missive.
Rutherford. Wasn't that the name of my uncle's manservant? Why would he be at Martha's Rest?
Hey, they not necessarily a shopping list. But yes, essentially I'm picking up all of the quests so that I can do all of them at once.
What am I gonna do?
Is everything alright, Goots? You seem more discomposed than usual.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but I'm in a bit of a muddle. I think Nan might be in trouble, and she's...
It's alright. You can tell me.
There was a trader came by. One of our usuals, like... Said he'd heard some rotten rumours about her down Dallymill Way. Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats and that. I mean, she's fond of a chance to make a coin or two, aye, but she'd never do business with baddies. Especially not the kind who go hurting people who haven't done out. I wanted to ask her about it myself, but I'm scared she'll give us a tongue lashing. She'd never give your tongue a lashing, though, would she?
Don't worry. I'll speak to her.
Oh, thanks, Clive.
Okay, so far most of
You'll
the
let me
quests
know what she
involve
says,
just
won't
walking
you?
around the
Of
hideaway.
course. I'm sure it's all just a misunderstanding.
Is that all of them? Yes, okay.
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his own son's spear.
We're all gonna die!
That's the spirit.
What do you reckon we should do?
Sid! Out of your studies, I see. And what is that? It's not a set of scales, is it?
No. Of course it isn't.
Well, not anymore, it's not. Oh,
Just how long hasn't it been one?
we're sorry.
But we didn't break them. We dismembered them.
Just like Miss Mididol showed us.
Miss Mididol? Why would she have you dismembering her creations?
Because that's the only way to become a ninja-neer.
Miss Mididol said, the best way to see how something works is to take it apart and put it back together again.
That's a fair point.
Well, then your work is already half done. Carry on.
About that.
The taking apart was easy enough, but it's the putting back we can't work out.
Speak for yourself. The heavy thing goes at the bottom. Then...
You three need to learn to take responsibility for your actions. So let's have a look at these parts with fresh eyes, shall we? All right. Everything here was once part of Miss Mididol's scales. Every piece has its own role to play, and each is just as important as the others. If even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. So let's think about what those roles might be. You already know one of the pieces. The body. Its role is to support everything else. But what of the others? This is called the arm. Why do you suppose that is? It doesn't look much like an arm.
Right. It looks more like a wing. Like a chocobo wing!
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid? Will you teach me to ride one day?
I'll think about it. Now, what do arms do?
Hold things. So wait, maybe this arm holds things too?
Good thinking. You're on the right track. These round parts are called the pans. You all know what a pan is, don't you?
I do. Molly uses them in the kitchens to fry bangers. But these aren't for frying bangers, you idiot. They're for weighing stuff. But what if I wanted to weigh goods? I don't think you'd fit on that little thing.
Probably not.
What are the chains for? Holding the pans up?
Well spotted. Which means something must hold the chains up in turn. This tiny piece is what's called a cogwheel, or gear. Have you ever seen one before?
I have. Miss Mididol's dungeon is full of them. Most are on the floor.
She puts them in all her inventions. They spin round and round and round and round and...
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make things move. Do you remember if there was anything on the scales that moved?
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple. And then somebody ate it.
Not my fault. You shouldn't have tried weighing it before lunch.
You know what part's supposed to move and how it's supposed to move. So, let's put the pieces together first, see what doesn't move, and then stick the cogwheel to that.
Not a bad idea. You see? It's not so difficult. So, Now that we've taken stock of the parts and learned what they do, what do you think?
I think we've got it.
Then here's what we'll do. You tell me what goes where, and I'll put the scales together.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. All the other pieces fit onto it, don't they?
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. Or wings, if you're a chocobo. And then the arms hold the pans by the chains.
Very good. Let's see if that works. There. All finished.
Yes! We did it!
Well, with Sid's help.
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was you three engineers who showed me how.
That's right. We're Miss Mididol's hairs.
Her hairs?
Yeah. Hairs for the future. She's showing us her secrets now, so we can help out the hideaway when we're older.
What do you think, Sid? Are we almost ready?
With a little more help from Miss Mididol and Miss Shirley, I'd say it won't be long at all.
You hear that? It won't be long.
Until then, though, do try to be honest with Miss Shirley.
Hey, look! We never used the cogwheel.
You don't think Sid forgot about it, do you?
Okay.
We're all gonna die! The Akashic are coming and they won't stop until it's slaughtered.
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his own son's spear.
Lady Karen, how's business?
Not nearly as foul as the weather.
You're doing good trade then? Both in and out of the hideaway?
Can't complain. Wait, what exactly are you getting at? Not once in 5 long years do you pay my affairs half a care, but here you are today raking me over the coals like a bloody popoto.
Just asking. Out of interest. All right. I'm here because I was told that certain rumors have been circulating. About you selling weapons to brigands.
Oh, are ya? And who was it who knows me so well as to tell tales of my evil exploits?
I didn't exactly hear firsthand. All I know is that someone in Dalimil has been spreading word to that effect.
And what? You believe it? You think I'm profiting off the blood of innocents, do you? Look, I've done things I'm not proud of. Might be there were a time when I turned a blind eye to the wretchedness of the world so I could line my pocket. But that woman is no more. And you'd know that if you'd ever paid the slightest bit of notice.
You're right, Lady Karen. I apologize. It was wrong of me to doubt you.
Aye, it was. Now, I reckon you've got better things to do than pointing your do-gooding finger at a poor old woman.
Of course. Good day.
Return to Goots. Is Goots still through here? Yes, he is.
I spoke with Lady Karen.
What did she say?
That the rumors were unfounded, and that I was a fool for thinking they might hold any truth, along with some other things that made her feelings clear. And while it sounds like she may have done things she regretted in her past, She says those days are behind her.
Oh, well, that's good. I knew Nan wasn't caught up in out bad. But why would people say she was? What did she ever do to them? It's not right.
No, it's not. But people do things for all sorts of reasons. Perhaps we'll never know.
Well, I'm going to find out.
Fuck's sake,
That
Goose.
trader, he said they were all talking about her in Dalimil. So that's where I'm going. I'll find someone who'll tell me, you'll see.
Are you sure that's wise? Whoever's spreading these rumors means Karen ill.
Oh, right. But that's why you'll be coming with me, isn't it, Clive?
I suppose it is.
I knew that was coming.
Seems the hideaway has lost its appetite.
Is a storm coming soon?
Right, we'll finish this one.
Will there be...
Well, did you solve the mystery?
It was as you thought. The children had the scales, or the parts of them at least. They dismantled them to see how they worked.
Oh, no, Mid will have my head.
Thankfully she won't. This might even have been her idea. Although I was the one who ended up teaching the lesson.
I'm so sorry, Sid. I know how busy you are. I shall see that the children are properly punished.
Please, there's no need. Mid seems to have taken the three of them under her wing. She's even calling them her heirs. She'd have them follow in her footsteps. And her father's.
I see. Sid, do you know why Mid has been spending so much time at the hideaway of late?
She told me it was because her studies have been interrupted by events in Canva. Is that not true?
No, it isn't. The university offered her a commission. In exchange for full tuition, room and board, they asked her to oversee the design of several new war engines. To anyone else it would be an opportunity, but to Mid, who lost both her parents to war, it was a bitter pill. One she was none too keen to swallow. But that should come as no surprise. She's only ever cared about bringing people hope. The very last thing war can be said to do.
Which explains her heirs. She's working to give them a better life. And so should I. What's the odd engineering lesson?
Oh, you've given them far more than that. And I'm sure they're very grateful.
900 XP for 2 conversations.
Norseman Harpocrates. I've come to pick your brain if you don't mind. It's about the book you lent Ivan.
Ah, Valisthea, A Culinary Pilgrimage, a classic. One of my favorites, in fact. The young man did a wonderful job with the Chance's stew. I do hope we shall be able to sample more such marvels in due course.
That's actually why I'm here. I don't suppose you know where I might find skyworm livers and drake's mint.
Ah, so the fabled Sandbrequois delicacy is next on the menu. Delightful. The descriptions of fried mortress never fail to make my mouth water. Now, skyworm is a somewhat antiquated name for the wyvern, their ground livers being the paste from which the mortress is made.
Dragon livers. How very Sandbrequois.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more reverence for their icon's brethren, but apparently not. I believe the specific dragon the recipe demands is the blueback wyvern, said to be the very color of the sea beside which it resides.
So we know where to look for our liver.
Do you keep getting calls?
Saint's bonnet in contemporary parlance, a herb which grows along the North Reach coast. I gather...
Almost missed Skyworm chat. Mate, you've not missed anything so far. Everything's just been dialogue.
I may add that people once believed game was best served with the flora that sustained it in life, in which regard fried mortress of skyworm is undoubtedly a typical dish of the time.
Meaning that if I find one, I find the other. To Northreach then.
Best of luck, Clive. And do save me a bite once the dish is complete.
I will not be cooking it. Right, is that everything here? Yes, thank God. Oh, for the love of Pete. And of course I can't go there. Ooh, it's this area. This bit's tricky. I literally got as far as that corner and died. Okay, there's just two of them. Where's Joshua? There he is. Right, once again control the character. Can I fast travel elsewhere? Yes. Wait, there's a... Okay, a different side quest. Northreach Coast and Northreach Coast, Martha's Rest and Dalamil. I'll do this one first. This is the one concerning Karen.
The bandits may be new. Look what they've left us with. We've a hard time.
It shouldn't be too hard to find goods.
Are the bad men going to come back?
The gentlemen of the town guard are strapping it up.
Could be I know something more.
Clive, listen! I found someone who says he's heard the rumours about Nan.
Have you?
Go on. Tell him what you told me.
All right. It's like I said. A wizened old crone by the name of Karen's been selling steel to whoever will pay her price, be they knight or knave. Says the more swords and spears she puts in people's hands, the more war they'll wage. And the more war being waged, the more call for swords and spears. And who will they all turn to keep them in steel? Why, the good Reaper herself.
And you've seen this Reaper at work?
Aye, it just so happens I have. You'll find her right here plying her trade most days.
Here in Dalamil? Where exactly?
She has a stall here in the market, but if you're not the patient type, you can probably find her at her storehouse on the edge of town.
Done.
But it'd be a bolder man than me that braved that particular nest of vipers.
I'm sure it's fine.
Feeling bold, traveler? I hope so, for your sake. Now, if that's all, I have places to be.
Sorry to have kept you.
You don't think Nan's the Reaper, do you?
Not unless she's discovered the secret of how to be in two places at once.
Eh? What do you mean?
Lady Karen hasn't left the hideaway in weeks. So who has been running this stall he spoke of?
Good question. I'll go and have a look.
No.
And I'll visit this storehouse on the edge of town.
All right, but be careful, Clive.
You too, Goots.
Oh, it's literally that thing across the river.
The finest sell swords in store. Fuck.
Oh, goddamn, I've got to go round.
The gentlemen of the town guard are strapping a bunch. What a mess.
You fought very bravely.
The safety of the town is in our hands.
Time to brave the Viper's Nest.
This is going to be so easy, isn't it?
Just you, is it? Thought I might have laid it on a bit thick.
It was a fairly unconvincing tale. So, what now?
That's up to you. Die a slow death, or a quick one. Boys, he's all yours. But that sword is mine.
This is going to be so easy.
Now, we can pretend this didn't happen. This one. This one. Over here.
Nice.
Oh, you've done it now.
Go on. Tell me what I've done.
When the Borgwin finds out you've killed his men, he'll have your head. He only wanted that bull of a manservant, the dim one always clinging to Karen's skirts. You weren't even supposed to be here. Who the hell are you anyway?
What were you going to do to him?
The Borgwin wanted him to get to Karen. I was only supposed to point the lump in the right direction once he arrived in Dalamil. Then you turned up. Well, go on then. If you're going to end me, end me.
You're not worth the effort. Now be gone, before I change my mind.
Fucking coward!
Says the person running away.
Goods. Right now.
Get your filthy paws off me, you naughty-pated lout!
Stop calling me names! And stop spreading them horrible lies about Nan!
Well, that will be easy enough. For they are not lies. Every last word is true. And she must pay for her crimes in blood.
Lord!
Goose, are you all right?
He's gonna kill Nan! He said she had to pay in blood!
After what she did, it is only right. She ruined my life and the lives of countless others. That loathsome harpy's very existence is a crime, and I will not allow it to continue. Goots, was it? I have no quarrel with you. Only with your employer. Run along now. You need not pay for her sins.
No.
No?
I don't care what she did. I won't let you hurt Nan. Promise me you won't hurt her. or I'll kill you myself.
Goots, no.
Enough, all of you!
But how did you?
You're a sight less clever than you think you are, the pair of you. Did you think I wouldn't notice the two of you slinking off together? Well, the whole thing got me thinking, who in Dalimil might bear me a grudge? And a certain snivelling shit I ran afoul of in my fairy years came to mind. Though it was just bogus.
Rosefield Lucis Calum, how we doing? Welcome on in.
I thought the years might have taught you some sense, but I see you're the same pants-pissing craven you've always been. What was it we called you?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
You bitch! Everything that happened, it was all your fault. And now you'll finally pay for what you did to me.
Please say that was Goots.
Goots, you...
Love it.
You want a piece of Nan? You'll have to go through me.
Fuck.
You great galoot. Out of the way, I can handle this myself. So, wet legs. You remember what you told me when we last met?
I am enjoying the game. It's very good, actually.
An eye for an eye.
Oh, you fucker, is it?
Wise words, wise words.
Oh, God.
And now, it's time to collect.
Oh, Jesus. Did not expect it to end that way. Oh. Gruesome. Yeah, game's very good. There's a lot of filler, I will say that.
Is he?
Some of the... Even the main quests
But I reckon it wishes
are very
it's an easy
drawn
go
out.
through life, one eye shot of a pair.
And I can't help but feel that a lot of them are just to lengthen the story.
Notice. Lost it to old wet legs back when we were working the same routes.
Don't get me wrong,
Said
they're
I
all very
stole
good.
From his strong box. I done nothing
Like, and
with
the story is
sword
very
hand,
strong.
But that didn't stop him taking his little.
But yeah,
revenge.
it's...
So I took some of my own. Sorry, lost everything. His coin, his clients. Always knew he'd be back one day to claim his due. But he crossed a line dragging poor Goots into this. He didn't hurt you, did he?
No, Nan. Still got all my arms, see? Legs too. But what if he comes back again?
That's very true. Everything does have at least
Let's we take
an
the
issue
other
here or
hand
there.
and we'll work our way down.
And given how strong the story is and how vast the map
Something
is,
tells me the wet
it's
legs has learned it already.
to be a little bit expected.
Right.
Because
Let's get you
if
back
you've
to
got
the
if you've
idea.
spent as much
You've
time
attracted quite enough attention
developing a
already.
world this vast,
Ta-ra, Clive.
you're going to want to entice people to spend as much time in it as possible. So
Remind me never to cross you, Karen.
I get it. I completely get it. And it's not even a new issue because, let's be honest, it's going to be something that's... Have I got to go back to the hideaway just to speak to her, even though I've just spoken to her? Things like that. But yeah, it's not a new thing for Final Fantasy to do that, because even since the PS1 days they were doing that. So it's not a deal breaker, it's just one of them things, isn't it? Alright, so we'll run through Northreach, get all the cooking ingredients, because then we'll have to go back to the hideaway anyway.
There were ghosts at the gates, not days.
But yeah, it's just little things like this, which is...
You needn't fret. The creatures.
Some of it gets a bit... Oh, go on. Can't think of it. It does just become a little bit drawn out sometimes. And it's not always a bad thing.
To the meadows then.
repetitive, yeah. So this is, well, if you've played the whole game, I haven't played all of it. This is only my first playthrough. But this is the second mission, like side quest, where I'm fetching cooking ingredients. Okay, well that's the wyvern I need to fight.
Bogoti said I should be able to find what I'm looking for somewhere nearby. Bright blue dragons and bright yellow flowers. Should be easy enough to spot. This must be our wyvern. Alright. Let's get this over with. Over here!
Wow, that was a quick stagger.
This one.
That's very true, Liam. Like, and the big fights, like, well, you've seen a lot of them, Liam, and Rosfield, you will have obviously seen probably all of them. They feel more like cutscenes.
Enough.
Every single icon fight so far has felt more like a cutscene than an actual boss fight. And don't get me wrong, they've been good. Like, they've been beautiful cutscenes.
That's the wyvern's liver. Now I just need to find the herbs.
But they've not exactly been challenging.
Heady scent.
Like, so at this point in the game, I've just defeated Bahamut. That was probably more of a fight than the Titan fight, because Titan was very much just cutscene after, well, yeah, set piece after set piece after set piece. Which is fine, like, if that's what you're going for, I get it. And they are epic fights with, like, each icon having millions of HP. And it does a very good job of building up the scale of all of the conflicts. But the characters are amazing, even though some of the accents are a bit weird.
I'm sorry, Nan. I didn't mean to make
I must
things
admit, I
worse.
haven't spent
I just
enough
thought
time in
I had to protect you.
the
Like you've protected me.
Aye. Well, someone had to.
I can't remember the word for it, but in
Parents certainly
like
didn't give a whit for your well-being.
the encyclopedia, essentially, like the bit that Tomes manages, reading up on who exactly does what. So it's only through however many hours into the game I am now that I'm figuring out who serves where, because I've not read through the
If you
encyclopedia.
ever need help, I'll do it again and again, and you can't stop me.
Why, you big lump. Fine. Play the hero if it makes you happy.
Thanks,
And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Like,
Won't let you down.
it's got there is an encyclopedia's worth of knowledge been put into this game, so it's fair enough that you can't show all of that.
That's as maybe. But if he's ever to make his own way in life, he'll need to start looking out for himself as well. Till then, he'll need people to watch his back, just like you did in Dalamil. Don't think I didn't appreciate that.
Of course.
I will say though, obviously, like I'm thinking about this. Obviously, Rosfield, since seeing your name, having Lucius Calum in there as well.
Don't go thinking that'll do you any favours.
I've suddenly found myself comparing it to 15. I loved 15, platinumed it when it came out, before they even updated the final chapter to make Insomnia massive, and really enjoyed it. It was very much what it said at the intro of a Final Fantasy for for beginners and experienced. To an extent, that felt more like a Final Fantasy, but I think I'm enjoying this one more.
Exactly where to look, in fact.
This story is more gripping to me than the one for 15, and I don't know why.
Precisely will I be cooking up, or is it better not to know?
Blueback wyvern liver, and a herb known as Saint's
Because a
bonnet.
lot of what makes this one fun, like what makes Final Fantasy to me, isn't actually in this game.
Now then,
Like you haven't got, you've got all the enemies obviously. You've got like the Marlborough, which we fought. We've got the Curl, the Mad Eyes, the Bombs, the Flans, even the Icons. But there's not a party per se. Like sometimes you've got Jill, sometimes you'd have Sid, sometimes you've got Joshua.
Of Skyworm. Ivan's offered to make sure it's fit for consumption.
There's not status
Well, I say
effects
offered. He as good as begged.
or
And rightly so.
like
Is there any
whether
higher
buffs or
honour than
detrimental or whatever you want to say. So there's not haste, there's not snow, there's not poison, there's not toad or frog, whatever you want to call it. I'm not saying the game would have been better with them because I don't know how you'd implement them. Like this plays like a very good RPG.
So, not fit for consumption then.
What witchery is this?
And the story is very compelling.
The crust gives way to an almost violent richness. Yet it is the piquant kiss of the saint's bonnet that tames this savage dish. It is a tour de force, a force of nature even, a maelstrom of flavour and sensation, a graceful beast emerging from centuries of slumber.
I think he likes it.
Well, I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking. But I reckon you might be right. It was decent then, I take it.
Decent?
I tell you what it is. I tell you why this doesn't feel like a Final Fantasy per se. It's the combat.
Sid, might I suggest that you command a party of your finest men and women to procure a dozen blueback wyverns forthwith?
I know this issue has been raised numerous times since this game's release. Because I saw the memes when it came out, even though I was trying to avoid all spoilers. And I am subject to the same as probably most people of the accessories in this game I haven't changed since the start. Because I have kept up with automatically evade attacks, automatically do combinations, and automatically execute pet commands. I understand why they've put those in. That to me sort of screams a little bit that Square Enix thought the combat was a bit over complex and wanted to make it more appealing. In doing so, I think they've almost overcompensated and made it too samey. All you seem to need to do in battle is press square. Occasionally fighting wyverns, you need to press R1 to dodge. Right, there we are. And because of that, it does just feel like...
Is that you?
Almost like a Devil May Cry game.
It is you. Then you received my letter.
Or Nier Automata, or whatever you want to compare it to, where you're just walking around killing something as a player with a supporting character.
We met once before.
Yes,
You don't have to worry about casting magics. Even things like the 7 remake, you've got the abilities that you can do in there, and it doesn't automatically do them for you.
It's all right.
And you've got the ATB still, whereas this is literally a case of you've just got a cooldown timer, which almost makes it feel a bit like an MMO.
Tasked with learning what I am able of the realm's current state of affairs. And what I have learned is
This is, but as I say, nothing against the game. I love the game. It's just these things make it feel different to me what Final Fantasy is, and that's purely because I've spent the last 25-ish years playing these games.
The gears of governance have ground to a halt, and without a steady hand on the tiller, the realm threatens to drift into utter chaos. Your Lord Uncle, however, believes there is a way to avoid this fate, and is determined to see it set in motion.
That sounds like quite the undertaking.
It is. Hence my having enlisted the aid of several colleagues serving the 7 high houses. Alas, I have lost contact with 2 of those colleagues already. They are both able-bodied and trained in the sword, yet in these dark times, even that may not prove sufficient.
Okay, so yet again we're going out looking for people, which is fine, and there'll be a fight at the end of it. That's fine. Not a problem.
One I sent
That's
to
a
investigate the Republic,
a cut and paste
the other, the old Imperial
quest that's happened a lot as well. Generally, it's always side quests, which is good, so you don't have to do them.
I suppose.
Obviously, I am for the renown and the experience.
Thank you, my lord.
Not necessarily the
Pray
Gil.
for your success.
Gil is not really needed in this game at all. Oh, back to Dalimil. What's my health like? Oh, I'm full. Ooh, that's intriguing. If I'm full health and I've got a party of 4, I'm going to quickly head to Old Hill and see if I can do that Notorious Mark.
Nearly done.
I'm also intrigued to see if the enemies now are all Akashics. They are not, but there's more enemies generally, which is quite nice. Right, so where am I going? Over the bridge and then straight on. Do I get more XP for these? It depends on their levels. Oh, I will!
Get him!
Because they weren't level 33 before. Yeah, definitely while I've got Joshua as well as Jill. Bighorn, I don't think I want to fight that, because it doesn't really give a lot of XP worth the effort of the fight. No, we're not. God damn. Oh, a flan. I'm not fighting a flan. Not before an A-rank Notorious Mark. That is a silly idea. That's a goblin. That means they've taken over Old Hill.
It's over.
God damn it. Okay, I lost a little bit of health. It's not the end of the world. Right, now somewhere in Old Hill is a notorious A rank mark. Health is overrated anyway. Thank you very much for the hydrate. I knew it was coming, but I still appreciate it. Right, Notorious Mark in Old Hill. Is it going to be out here? Spidders. So it's not out here. So where is it? That's Old Hill Dock, so it must be out here actually.
This one.
I can't remember what the mark was, which is annoying. More goblins, and now I'm at Buick Bridge. That's excessive.
This one.
Okay. Did definitely say there was one at Old Hill, but I can't find it, which is annoying. That's just goblins. Aha! They were one. And these were an A rank. Fuck it. Let's give it a go. This is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt a lot. This is gonna be such a horrible fight. Good start. That was my fault. That'll do. I'm trapped in a flipping corner. Huh. Fuck it. Nice. Oh, and I leveled up. Nice. Which means I'm full health again.
No more vengeance. No more war.
Okay, well I found one of the groups I was after. So the other one must be there. Even though I walked through there. Anyway. What have I got to do at Dalamil? Oh yeah, I remember. I know what I'm doing. I'm a good gamer. Shush. I'm really not.
It's not going to be easy finding one man in an entire republic. Let's hope someone here's seen something.
Mummy, are the bad men going to come back?
Yeah, probably.
One of the town guarders back
Goat. Let's not take the piss now.
Anything I can interest you in?
Probably.
My thanks. Here you are.
May as well top up on potions while I'm here. 'Twould be rude not to. And sprint.
Someone's got himself in trouble.
There's only 5 of them.
I don't see your master here, so you can start by giving us all the coppers in your purse.
Nah.
I already told you, I have nothing.
And maybe we'll take that pretty outfit and the steel you're wearing.
Please! These men are trying to rob me!
I'll deal with this.
Thank you.
You that one's master, then? If you kindly pay the coin he owes us, we can pretend you didn't draw your blade on Republican soldiers.
Or you can go back to your garrison and I won't report you to your captain.
Oh, you're more than welcome.
He did sound a little bit like Matt
He
Berry.
hasn't had many visitors since we slit his throat.
What was that? Cool.
I'd expect as much from Hugo's faithful, but these were men of the fist.
Much has changed in the Republican Army since they lost their rock.
You've seen this kind of thing before, then?
Many times. I was sent here to observe the situation.
You're one of Rutherford's men. He sent me to look for you.
Well, then you have my thanks. I fancy I could defend myself against one, perhaps two, but a whole regiment.
That wasn't a
I arrived in Dalamil
regiment.
several days ago, but when
If
I
anything,
called
that
upon
was.
the captain
In
of
fact,
the
that wasn't
local
even a
garrison to
platoon.
make
That was a
inquiries,
squad.
his men confiscated my effects and locked me in a cell.
The captain is no more. And his men make the rules now.
Fortunately, I was able to bribe my way free. only to be stopped again by those soldiers you so
Okay, that wasn't the regiment.
What of the Fist's central command? Surely they wouldn't allow such lawlessness amongst their ranks.
I would imagine they are unaware of it. Most
The
of
colour
the army has
gradient there
fallen
is
back
off.
to the capital and
Everything looks
hunkered
purple.
down behind her walls. Those who weren't recalled now rule the fringes unchecked, answering to no one but themselves.
Then it's worse than we imagined. You should return to Rosaria. It's not safe here.
I'll find a caravan heading north. You won't mind if I borrow one of these soldiers' coin purses?
Huh. That implies that all of them have coin purses and we've just not been taking them.
To find this second associate of Rutherford's. If he was bound for Oriflamme,
Oh, for the...
start at Northreach and see if I can pick up his trail.
Essentially fast track everywhere. Okay, so that's opened up that area again. Okay, so Dracos Deep is a subterranean bit, and then the Crozet Echoes goes above them. That's cool.
There's a lot of road between here and the capital. Rutherford's man could be anywhere.
Fortunately, he's only about 70 yards away. I hope. Maybe not. What am I missing? Oh.
What happened here?
It's because I wasn't looking at the road.
You're with the others. They've already relieved me of my belongings.
Your voice sounds familiar.
I'm looking for someone who was sent here by a man named Rutherford.
And then you found him. I'm Alistair Rockford, attendant to the Lady Ariane of House Wellesley.
Of the 7 high houses of Rosaria. It's been a long time since last I saw my great-aunt. Is she well?
My Lord Marquis? Yes. Yes, she is. The Lady Dowager has granted me leave to assist your Uncle Stuart. I was on my way back from the old capital when I saw some villagers being robbed on the road here.
Bandits?
They looked more like field hands, but it didn't matter in the end. I did what I could to help the victims, but all it earned me was a pummel to the temple.
Which way did they go?
South, toward the gate.
All right.
Sold.
I'll take care of them. Founder knows I've met enough of their kind. You head back to Northreach, visit the Vale, tell them I sent you.
Thank you. I shall. Founder be your shield.
That's not south.
They just couldn't
What is
resist,
that
could
thing
they?
in the background? I don't actually know, but I want to find out. I absolutely want to find out what that giant thing is in the background.
This one's ours, pretty boy. This one.
Well done, Clive. Nothing like doing a ranged attack when you're within reach. Okay. Tiny bit of XP. I say tiny, 350 is not tiny, but still.
Make for the town while you can. There may be more bandits nearby.
You don't need to tell me twice. Many thanks, traveller.
No worries. Now where's that giant beastie?
This looks to be all of them.
I thought I told you to make for the Vale.
And stand by as ill might befall the heir to the ducal throne.
It's just Clive, and I'm fine. Which is more than can be said for you.
I will survive.
Strange that the garrison wouldn't intervene in such a brazen attack so close to their gates.
The garrison have their hands full inside the city. Some days they don't even send out patrols.
Good.
There are few hands left to work the fields, and even fewer to transport the grain. The market stalls are nearly bare, and the price for what remains is exorbitant. It's not uncommon to see a fight break out over a crust of bread. When I said the ones who attacked me didn't have the look of bandits, I meant it. They were probably just desperate.
Rockford, listen to me. If you are to continue your investigation, you first need to seek the attention of a healer.
Of course. I shall return to Northreach right away. But allow me to thank you first. Had you not happened along,
Don't thank me. Thank Rutherford. It was he who sent me.
I suppose he'll be wondering where I've got to. I shall send a Bastolus as soon as I'm able. Good day.
Bye. Now let me fight that giant beastie in the background. That I can't now see.
My uncle certainly has his work cut out for him. If it isn't already too late. I should go and tell Rutherford that his colleagues are still in one piece.
It is still there. Something that size, I can only assume it's an S-rank Notorious Mark. If it is, this fight's going to go really, really badly. And because of that, this is going to suck. Oh my god, it's not. I mean, I want to fight it. Very quick stagger, thankfully. I expected that to be a much bigger fight. Wait, hang on. That's either a thrall or an Akashic. One down.
Get him.
Interesting. Right, where was I? Seeing as the enemies there didn't give me nearly as much fight as I expected them to. Saving was still the right call. Because if it was an S rank, I was utterly fucked. Pardon my French.
see you're still here.
The Rest's location affords a constant flow of traders, and with it, a constant flow of information. Speaking of which, I received word from both my associates. They have resumed their investigations, thanks to you.
Yes.
I only happened to be in the right place at the right time. They both seem to think the realm's prospects rather grim.
I am afraid that grim would be putting it lightly.
That's fair.
Storm is in crisis, and if we are to free her, we must work quickly. And we must work together. Such is your Lord Uncle's wish.
As it is mine.
Quest complete. That's all of the activated side quests done. Now back to the Crosjet Echoes. So glad you can fast travel from inside buildings. Okay, this is a giant open area. That thing did not stand a chance. I could literally just stay here.
Over here.
It would take ages.
Get him. Over here.
Okay. That's a dead end, which means there's going to be a good fight down there.
To cross the ravine. Assuming they will allow it, the Echoes have a will of their own.
There's going to be either a goodie or a fight, or both. Curl.
No holding back.
Over here. Get him. Get him. Over here. This one.
Nice. Okay, so it was fight and goodies. A regal sash. Nice. Glad I picked that up.
Good girl. Run like the wind.
I was really hoping there'd be some dialogue from Joshua, because Joshua grew up with this chocobo. They're enemies. Okay. I do quite like fighting the Fallen. Oh, and the bomb. Go on then.
Over here. Get him.
Okay, wasn't really worth the experience. Ah well. It broke up the fighting. With all of the mundane enemies at least. Okay.
Tell us about Yote, Joshua.
She's strong-willed, loyal, and deadly with a blade. Much like Clive, but with better manners.
Huh. That's fair.
Over here.
Interesting.
I do. Where are you off to now then? Bound for the Free Cities, perhaps?
Perhaps. Wounded, he's full on dead, mate.
You're injured. What happened here? Where are your comrades?
Ether flood. Up ahead.
Sold. Love an ether flood. Means loads of Akashic.
While we slept. My own men did this. Turned. Every last one of them. There's a village not far from here. Tabor. The people were kind to us. It's only a matter of time before they won't stand a chance. We can't let those monsters reach the...
I'll go. You catch your breath.
Thank you. Our encampment is up ahead. Just off the track.
You can't miss it, it's the giant blue glow.
They must not reach Tabor. Forgive me, Lord Cougar.
Yeah, I'll prioritise bad blood. I mean, yeah, he's full on dead now.
You said the encampment was close. Let's hope the Akashic are still there.
Another ether flood. They're everywhere now.
Yes,
We
they
can't
are.
go around it.
Then we'll just have to be careful.
Right. I got here in time.
Wow. What was that?
Someone there! Please, I can't move my leg!
How have you not turned?
Like an Akashic.
Dying Republican soldier.
Italian.
I am. I heard the fighting. Are the others?
Taken care of. One of your brothers in arms told me what happened and asked for help.
Another survivor? Where is he? Tell me.
His wounds were too deep.
How are you standing? Right. So the other one was called Wounded Soldier, and he died. This one was called Dying Soldier,
You slew are no longer
and
my
he's just
brothers.
stood up fine.
Tabor is safe thanks to you. Here. You've earned it.
What is it? Is it Gil? It's going to be Gil. It's not Gil. I must be full on Magic Tash by now.
You seem familiar. Have we met?
Nope.
You must have me confused with someone else.
That scar.
Son of a whore. You're Sid. I was there, in Cosnus, when you killed my brothers. I was there in Rosalith, when you killed my commander.
My war with Hugo Kupka is over. I bear no ill will toward those who followed him.
And what of my ill will? Coward! Draw your steel. Lord Kupka shall be avenged!
Bless him, he wants to die. What do we reckon? Shall I face him, or shall I leave him? This is entirely up to chat. Because I'm leaning more towards the fine if you insist for the XP. Assuming anyone's in chat. Three, two, one.
Fine. If you insist.
For Titan!
Oh, I need to kill him with a Titan punch now.
You're in no fit state to fight.
And this should be easy for you. Come on.
Kill me!
For what? The sins of your master. You and I have no quarrel, and I will not strike a man who cannot defend himself.
No. I won't be deceived. Lord Kupka told us of your crimes. You are an outlaw. A murderer, not some...
Man. Like you or anyone else.
I am nothing like you. But if you're not gonna kill me, then go. Leave!
Just know that I will find you, Sid. Someday.
Bye then. Okay, now is this bridge broken? Yes. I wonder if I can do that to this guy. Yes, it goes straight through him. Oh, another one. Empty shard. Oh, we have an Annie returned from the gym. Hello! Let's kill some antelope. Using all of my skills on antelopes when there's actual enemies over the road.
We're nearly there.
Have you been to Tabor before?
There are a few places I haven't.
God, these maps just get so vast. It's mental.
Where now, Joshua?
There is a residence just inside the city gates. She awaits us within.
Yay. Wait.
Well, this isn't at all foreboding.
Interesting. At least there's no side quests. In fact, I don't think there's any anywhere, is there? Nope. It's amazing that I'm still finding places on the continent.
My Lord Marquis, it is an honor. I am Yote, Knight of the Undying, charged with the protection of His Grace Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix.
Of course. It all makes sense now.
Would you care to elaborate?
Yes, please do.
The Undying are loyal servants to the ducal throne. Or more specifically, to its heir. They have served our family for generations, albeit from the shadows.
Since their inception, they have been tasked with the preservation and enactment of the rites of ancestral communion. After the events at Phoenix Gate, it was the Undying who delivered me to safety. And since the day I left Rosaria, Yote has been my constant companion and protector. Without her sword, I would not have survived my journey across the realm.
Rise, Lady Yote. You saved my brother. I owe you a debt I can never repay.
I but did my duty.
Come now. Tell us what you've discovered.
Your Grace.
Exposition
As
done.
you feared. The vessel we spied off the coast of the Crystalline Dominion on the night of her fall. It was the Einherjar. Beyond any doubt.
The Black Galleon.
Joshua, the Einherjar is the Royalist flagship. What business would they have in the Dominion?
Upon learning of Waloed's involvement in recent events at Drake's Fang, I sensed the malign influence of Ultima, and bid Yote and the Undying look into the matter.
We have reason to believe that the Black Galleon weighed anchor shortly after the fighting began, and set a course due south.
For Canva. Then it is Waloed knights who besiege the cities.
What is left of them? Yes. And the Black Galleon sails at but one man's behest. Barnabas Tharm.
Odin.
But are we truly safe here in the Agora?
The city guard have been paid, if that's what you're implying.
All the more reason for them to run.
Well, you are free to leave, Lord Minister.
Markets abandoned, warehouses aflame, blackened hulls choking every port in the capital. Canva is ruined.
The realm teeters on the brink of chaos, and all you can think about is commerce.
Forgive us. We were not aware Dhalmekia now subsisted on charity.
How dare you?
Distinguished members of the council, you must forgive His Majesty this intrusion.
What is the meaning of this?
A trifle crowded, but I fear it will
He's
have
going to be
to
a horrible
serve
fight.
Liege.
Very well.
My colleagues, do you not see? The king, he has come to save us from the Akashic. He is a gift from the heavens, divine intervention, our very salvation.
And of course, if it is compensation he requires, we would be most willing to negotiate a fair price for services rendered.
Fools. Your ignorance unbecomes you.
Your Majesty, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would swear that the fiends washing the cobbles of Canva with the blood of her citizens wear the colors of Waloed. Ha! So you do not deny it. Guards, fetter them, and see our guests to the dungeons!
Enough.
Oh, balls. He killed everyone in the room.
Pathetic creatures. That you should imagine yourselves worthy of salvation. The girl is still here, somewhere in the city.
What girl?
Consciousness fair dripping with her late father's hubris.
What girl?
A consciousness to which Mythos is inextricably bound.
Mid.
And inexorably drawn. See that he is made welcome.
Yes, Your Majesty.
This is all about Med.
thus. Surely the prince's light cannot have sated you.
Okay.
So then, how long has Waloed been under Ultima's control?
How long indeed? Based on what we know of Barnabas's actions, I would guess some few years, mayhap more.
But to what end? What does Ultima want?
The tapestry. Show them.
By the flames.
Phoenix Gate, Drake's Breath, and now here. But what is it?
It is old, ancient, even. Naught remains of the faith it represents, save what can be gleaned from the image itself. None could tell me what the one in the apothecary meant, even the Undying. But I believe it may be the key to discerning Ultima's purpose. That figure in the center, the one beneath whom the icons congregate, that I believe to be Ultima. He is a god, or at least godlike. His very existence beyond our ken. The icons, and by extension their dominance, are meant to be his subjects, and while some, like Barnabas, have accepted this role, others have rejected it, like you, Clive, which is rather inconvenient, as it appears he needs you most of all. And gods don't like to be disobeyed.
No, I don't suppose they do.
Clive, may I tell Yote of the lake?
By all means.
Yote, I will be accompanying my brother to the Free Cities. Whilst we are afield, I would have you watch over those Clive has made his wards. Omielos delan tuisag ilith. Though well concealed, the hideaway lacks trained fighters to defend its occupants should they be discovered.
But it is my duty to...
As it has ever been my brother's duty, remember.
That's a fair point.
If that is your wish, Your Grace. But please be safe. If aught were to befall you,
You have my word.
Farewell, my lord, my lady.
We are in your debt, Yote.
Let's find our friends.
Okay. I don't think that's Ultima still. I think that's Ifrit and Phoenix. Much like we... Oh, Jesus.
She cares for you very deeply.
And I her, which is why I had to let her go.
Any more elsewhere? No, thankfully. How many? Just the two? Okay. What I am going to do is save it. I love the 8-bit animations. They're so cool. So cool. Yeah, I am going to leave it there for the day, guys. As it is the second stream I've done today anyway. Bit shorter, but just wanted to get a bit further along. Just see what was going on. Next time, I'm assuming it will be heading to Canva and facing off against Waloed and maybe even Odin, which would be quite fun. So between sessions I might take Clive and do a bit of levelling up, because fights are becoming a bit more difficult now that not that button. Yeah, now that we're only about 4 levels above the enemies. But yeah. Cool. Yeah. Thanks, guys. If you have enjoyed it, please do consider liking and subscribing. But for now, have a good one, guys, and I will see you next time. Take care, guys.